Hi, I'm Dave Durham, president of MCA Connect. Here today with me is Gary Nafus, vice president with Microsoft. Gary runs the sales organization for the manufacturing enterprise unit within Microsoft. So, Gary, thanks for taking the time
Thanks
to
for having me.
sit down. You bet. What do you think about just the macro trend of manufacturing coming back to this country? The amount of money
It's
that's
incredible.
being spent on infrastructure and what that means.
There's hundreds of billions of dollars. There's $18 billion a month
Something
coming
like that,
into the
yeah.
United States.
Just in investing in plants, right?
Manufacturing facilities coming. So there's definitely a resurgence in American manufacturing, and we think that creates a wonderful opportunity for our country and for the manufacturers that are going to reinvest here. They're going to have to get the pieces in place foundationally to
Right.
be able to take advantage of new capabilities like generative AI and capabilities that have been in the Industry 4.0 promise
Right.
in order to take their business forward.
And how do you think just the confidence and the adoption of the cloud in the last several years among manufacturers has accelerated kind of this whole
Yeah.
4.0 promise that really started back in 2011?
Yeah, for sure. I think for the manufacturers that have adopted the cloud full force, which is not everyone, and I would say it's probably a smaller fraction of the manufacturing companies, are in a bit of a better situation because they're now able to take advantage of the generative AI capabilities that are coming. If you don't have a solid data estate and data solution in place, a really foundational solution in place, it's going to be really hard to take advantage of any of these new technological capabilities that are coming, and the automation
Yeah.
and all of the things that every manufacturer is studying as to how generative AI is going to potentially disrupt their
Right.
business.
So basically, you got to have your foundational data in order before you can take advantage of the technology.
In the
And-
conversation, yes, sir.
Yeah, and so where are you seeing just on the spectrum of things in terms of your customers, those that are way behind the curve versus those that are kind of ahead of the game?
Yeah, it is a continuum for sure. There are customers that have made good leap to the cloud. I would say nobody is fully there,
Right.
but getting your data estate fully in the cloud and a data strategy that is foundationally sound is kind of the prerequisite to be able to start to modernize your business.
Yeah.
And so this investment that's coming to the United States, I think a lot of it will be put back towards foundational items to be able to set themselves up for the future capabilities that they
Yeah.
might bring to their business.
Right. How do you view just the capital investment that's already been made in a lot of these brick and mortar manufacturing environments where these machines, there's still a great useful life and there's a big investment that's been made, and they can't always take advantage of all of the IoT technology and some of the things that the more advanced, if you start with a blank sheet of paper, it's easy.
Yeah.
But when you've got old machines and old technology that you need to still get use out of, how do you?
Most companies we talk to are not in a position to retire all of those assets
Right.
because they're still productive. And these new facilities that have full automation, lights out shops that make a promise of full automation are incredibly expensive. And
Right.
they're hard to justify
Right.
still.
So if you had a crystal ball, where do you see just artificial intelligence impacting manufacturers kind of 5 years from now?
I think generative AI is going to be a total transformation.
Yeah.
And I think for manufacturing specifically, we're going to spend a lot of time in the next 5 years getting the foundation and the data estate established and put into the cloud. And there's a resurgence that is already going on to get the data estate solidified. And I think we'll spend multiple years doing that
Yeah.
before generative AI can really transform a lot of these businesses.
And firms that don't do it, I think, run the risk of being disintermediated.
It's a huge risk for those businesses. Yeah. we've seen a lot of customers race towards generative AI and then quickly realize
They got a
have-
data problem.
They have a ton of ideas for their own co-pilots that they can build with their own data, and they quickly realize that the data that underlies those capabilities are just not in place. And so they have to go back to the fundamentals and really get a really strong cloud strategy and get their data all set.
Yeah, no, great insights. Thanks.
All right,
Appreciate
Dave,
it.
nice to see you.
Yeah.